What is up, you guys? Orlando here with Elisha Record Studio. Another video for you guys today, and we are going to review this plugin right here. So let's do it. Remember, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. You know the drill. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any other video from us. And today I wanted to talk to you about Thickify. It's a distortion plugin mainly. We're gonna get into all of it in a second. But first, let me say, this company just reached to me to do this review. So this is a sponsor review. That said, I'm gonna be brutally honest about this plugin, because every time I do a review, I always let the companies know that I'm gonna be brutally honest. There's something I don't like, I'm gonna say it. If there's something I like, I'm gonna say it as well. Everything I review here, it's completely transparent. Even though they're sponsoring this video, that doesn't mean that it's gonna be a good or a bad review. That depends solely on the plugin and what it can actually do for my music, specifically for your music as well in your home studios. So now that we clear that out of the way, let's get into this plugin. First, I want you to meet Johnny. Johnny right here, it's a guy that it's supposed to look like this, but then you can literally buff him up. You know, the plugins that have that kind of visual representation of what you're doing, they're pretty cool, they're pretty funny, and they're pretty fun to use as well. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put an instance of that plugin on the bass line just to see how it sounds actually on the bass line by itself. Before the plugin is applied, the bass sounds like this. Let's take a look what this plugin can actually do for that bass. I'm gonna try the stress knob right now. It's almost like compression in parallel as well, with a little bit of distortion. That sounds pretty cool. I see what they're doing with the drive here. The drive is adding even more distortion, I must say. As I move this knob up, you can start seeing the high end of that bass. If you go all the way up, you're gonna mess that bass up, of course, as you can hear here. But hey, if that's what you're going for, be my guest. That kind of doesn't work for me, but you know, you can have like extreme distortion with that. I would say something kind of in between would be okay. You need to be careful with these knobs, because you can get, you know, out of hand just buffing up, because you want to see Johnny here like full on showing the muscles, right? But you need to be careful with that. Now let's talk about the main issue that I have with this plugin, because I'm missing one crucial thing. This freaking plugin doesn't have a mix knob. what in the world? You need to have that. If you're creating a distortion plugin and you don't have a mix knob, I don't know what you're doing. So people, please, if you add a mix knob to this plugin, it would make it 1,000 times better. And I know that you put the gain in there, but the gain doesn't do the same as a mix knob. Kind of not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a mix knob. I'm looking for a control that I can actually use so I can give it all the distortion I want, but it's still, I want to control how much that's actually going to be mixed with the original sound. So there's a workaround. You can basically create your own mix knob in several different ways. You know, it's a stretch and I kind of don't want to do that. But what I actually ended up doing on this track is actually using this as an effect, as a sand effect. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to remove this from here on the bass line. And what I did at the end was actually creating an effect track. Basically, you select the effect that you want. In this case, I'm selecting Thickify. And I'm using that as a sand effect, okay? I put it on the top drum loop, in the drums as well, in the bass line, and also in one of these pads. So and that doesn't sound bad at all. It sounds pretty cool, I think, but that's the workaround. The workaround is that you need to use this as a sand effect so you can actually have more control and you can have a mix of that sound with your original sound and then create something that it's more usable. So the last thing I wanted to touch here is actually the tone. Let's take a listen to this real quick. So the tone is kind of controlling how much low end you have and how much high end kind of you have. It's acting more as a filter though, because all the way to the right, I'm kind of losing all those bass frequencies basically. Yeah, this is kind of more equalizing on the sound. Here it's more like the mids, here's remaining on the high end mainly, and here is mainly on the bass. So would I recommend this plugin? Yes. The only downside to that is that it doesn't have a mix knob again, and you need to use it as a send effect. For you being part of my audience, you are gonna get a 10% discount on the plugin if you get it through my link. The link is gonna be on the description. And I think it's pretty cool. I think it's one of those plugins that adds that really cool distortion that sometimes you need on bass, drums, and other instruments as well. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. And until next one, guys, don't stress, do your best, be blessed, forget the rest. See you around. you.